What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today is a good one. It's a girl talk video. So I love doing these just because I feel like I get to know you guys on a more like personal level, I want to say. I'm gonna try to do my best and answer based on my experience. I got my wine as promised. One of the questions actually was, what's my favorite wine? This is a Josh wine. My friend Dream actually put me on this a long time ago. I don't like bitter wine, so I mean, this will do for me, so. So grab your wine, your tea, your coffee, whatever time it is that you're watching this, but join me. Okay guys, I got like over 200 questions and I was so excited. A lot of the questions were fairly the same, so I started eliminating some. So without further ado, cheers! Should I make like a peanut butter sandwich or something to go along with the wine? The first one was, how do you take pictures when you're alone? So these pictures right here, I literally took by myself with self-timer and just with the lighting that I have. I'll link for you guys down below just so you guys can check out. I love this light during nighttime, whatever time. It just works so good. But anyways, I just self-timer. I take my tripod out when I need to. I like going to places that are very secluded where a lot of people aren't around. But believe it or not, I still get super duper shy. But yes, get a tripod, self-timer. Are you an introvert or extrovert? I feel like I'm both. When I first meet people, I can come across as being very super like duper shy. That happens a lot. And I just feel like you need to give me time. You need to get to know me, because I promise I'll be like super outgoing, like super fun. I'm such a goof girl. And I guess I just go with the vibes. So if you're giving me vibes where I can feed off you, then I can definitely be an extrovert. But if it's hard and I'm pulling teeth, then I definitely keep to myself. Are you happy, content where you are in life at the moment? I would say that I am actually very happy where I'm at right now. I think there's always room for growth. Just this whole chapter in my life, I'm so grateful for, just because I get to do life with someone that's like my little human, you know? You look so confident in yourself and in motherhood. I'm a little jealous. How do you do it? So it is definitely hard. Not everything that you guys see on social media is what it seems to be. I go through my ups and downs. I've shared a couple last year. I was a little bit more open about things, and I'm glad that I did, because it actually allowed me to connect with people on a different level and actually, you know, talk, because there's so many people going through so many walks of life. And I know like I'm a good mom. Like, first I would question myself. It was the first time I was learning everything, ask a lot of questions. I would literally research a lot of things, and it's all about learning, and you learn yourself because every experience is different. The way I parent Anissa is going to be completely different than other people do. I have an 8-month-old and I'm ready to go back to work. How do I not feel guilty? You're always going to feel guilty. I feel like the mom guilt is very much a real thing. I still feel guilty a lot of times when I leave Anissa to go do work things, but you have to think about it, like in the end, like you're doing it for them, and that's something that keeps me going and keeps like me not thinking that I'm like a crappy mom or anything, you know? So sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, and just remember that and keep that in the back of your head. My guilt hasn't gone away, where I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to enjoy myself truly, genuinely, but I'm working on it. And you need that time to yourself. Were you afraid of becoming a mother? So I was crying when I found out I was pregnant, guys. You just think about everything that's gonna change. You don't know. It's a scary feeling. There's so many thoughts going through your head, and I just like thought like, okay, it's not just gonna be about you anymore. You know, you're gonna have someone to care for. I felt like a kid at the time still too, but at the same time, her dad and I had talked about if we were ready, and we had said we were. I don't regret it for the world. It's scary at the beginning thinking about it, but I feel like she has taught me so much and is the best thing that has ever happened to me. If you can ask for one replay of your life, what would it be? Definitely when I had the baby. When they put the baby on you, it's just like such a sweet moment. Like everything just goes out the window, like your problems, your stress, like everything. It's just such a good and such a happy feeling. So I would replay that moment like over and over again. What are your go-to meals? You look amazing, by the way. So I got a lot of questions about meals and all that stuff. If you guys see me post on my stories, most of the time I feel like I'm always eating the same thing. Always oatmeal with fruits. I'm eating always eggs or omelets with spinach, my bacon. I have protein pancakes, like those are like my go-to breakfasts. Lunch and meals, always the same things too, like my protein, rice, and bell peppers. Like that's like my go-to all the time. Like I'm always doing that. So it's always like salmon, shrimp, chicken, ground turkey. How do you see the dating world? POV, it literally sucks on my end. I did not date anyone this year, 0 dates, and I was completely okay. I had no male energy around me in about a year. And I felt like I had to do a lot of healing within myself and be by myself, and I feel like it was the nicest thing I could have done for myself. And I'm so happy that I did that alone time, because it did allow me to like sit in my feels, really see like what I was feeling, you know. And honestly, I felt like the few times that I did go out, I wouldn't say I'm picky, I just know what I want. It's complicated. So no luck on my end either, girl. How is it like to co-sleep? How did you get Nisa on a sleeping schedule? So I learned that sleeping schedules are literally non-existent, at least on my end. I feel like when she goes through a growth spurt or something that's changing, like for right now, we are changing her milk. She is having trouble sleeping because she's not getting the milk that she's used to. So I feel like it's an ongoing battle, but eventually you'll get something that works for both of you. I know a lot of people are against co-sleeping, but I enjoy it, I love it, and yeah, I just love my cuddles, and she's my first baby. It's motivation on the gym, more gym vlogs, day in the life vlogs. Sorry, I love your content. So I'm so happy that you guys are loving the gym stuff, just because I know I was a little hesitant on posting stuff like that on my main page, just because I don't know, I was getting shy. I don't know why, but I feel like if it's gonna help some of you guys like get out there, get motivated, and we can all work out together and motivate each other and keep each other accountable, then I'm all for it. So I'm gonna keep posting that and more day in the lives. What is the most challenging part when being on your own with your daughter? I just can't pick up and go with her. So if I want to go to the gym, like I have to be flexible enough to figure out how I'm gonna go to the gym with her. And you guys see that I take her. I don't mind taking her anywhere. It's just sometimes I'm like, oh, is it fair for her to sit in the car with me for this long of a time, or sit at the gym where she can be like playing with someone? So it just all depends on the help that I get. How do you get started with content creating? Any tips or advice for your followers? So I would say just post whatever your heart desires. At the end of the day, you have to do what makes you happy, and don't let other people's thoughts and opinions really stall what is going to make you happy or things that you want to do in life. Sleep through the night. I've been struggling. Anissa does not sleep through the night, guys. She is 1 already, and she'll still wake up at least one time to get her bottle in, and then she goes back to sleep. So she does not sleep through the night, if it makes you feel better. What do you do when you feel overwhelmed? I think my best advice for that is find a hobby that you absolutely love and that just takes you to that feeling where you don't think and you just focus on that. For me, it's dancing. I journal. That's something that also helps me as well when I feel overwhelmed. I literally write everything that's overwhelming me, and then I look at it, and then sometimes I'm just like, okay, there's a solution to this, there's a solution to this, and then it just makes me feel better. Advice on how to get over your ex. I've said it before, I think the best thing anybody can do is just focus on themselves, and if things are meant to be, they're meant to be, but you don't want to waste your time dwelling on like what if and, you know, being sad about something. Like take all of that anger and everything that you have and put all that energy into something that you truly want to do, something new. I think that 75% of the questions honestly were about co-parenting. It was like a learning process for me as well. At the beginning when things happen, it's just like something out of routine. You know, you're gonna have to figure out schedules, finances, medical things, like so many little things that go into it, but you have to always think what's gonna be the best for the child. You know, respect goes a long way, and also compromising. it's a lot of push and pull. You're gonna have to understand that there's gonna be disagreements, but you can always just work together to make something that's gonna work for both of you guys. I feel like when your child sees that and sees you guys respect each other, compromise with each other, it just teaches them a healthy relationship. Like if you guys can be like an example of a healthy relationship and get along well, I'm sure they're gonna see it, and also it's gonna be better for them in the long run. What is your workout split for the week? So 3 to 4 times out of the week. If I get the help, maybe I'll go an extra day. But for the most part, if I could get in there at least 4 times out of the week, I am so happy with that. And I'll do 2 lower body days and then 2 upper body days. I got a couple of why do men ghost you, and then I got a couple of why do men play games. I don't know the answer to any of them, but I have an idea of maybe why. Low self-esteem, 1, or they have commitment issues. Sometimes when I think men are dating, they just kind of want to see the best of all worlds, not the best worlds, all worlds, and then see what they see themselves mostly compatible with, I want to say. And just, I take things for what they are. I would say like A, they're not ready. B, they're just not that into you. Someone that's really into you would be into you, would feel it to the core, I promise. And they're just immature. It's not a you issue, it's a them issue, is the best way I can say it. So what is your advice for anyone who's in a toxic relationship? As women, we know when it's time to go. You reach a point where you're like, okay, it's time for us to separate. And like I said before, I'm a firm believer, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And if you guys need time to fix yourselves and heal yourselves in order to come together and create like a healthy relationship, then by all means, do you. But if it's toxic to the point where you're just like, there's no turning back, and you know it, and your gut says like you just need to like remove yourself from the situation, it will be the best thing that you can do for yourself. Favorite eyeshadow palette, I actually don't have one. I mentioned that I just put literally bronzer on my eyelids. I know, horrible. But favorite perfume, I actually have a Jo Malone one that I really like. It's like the snow. I'll put a picture right here. Also the YSL one, I absolutely love that one. My favorite lipstick, Toasting and Toasted by Frankie Rose Cosmetics. Also their foundation is bomb. Like it's like my 3rd one that I buy. I absolutely love it. How did you lose weight so fast? I'm struggling, and also a lot about the meal plans that I mentioned. So I'm definitely gonna do a video just solely for that. I feel, girl, I was stressed, so I feel like stress was a huge key component into why I lost a lot of weight so quickly. I mentioned Monday through Friday I normally do eat healthy, and then on the weekends I, you know, like I really do enjoy myself. But I've always loved working out, and I feel like it just came so easy to me. As long as you try to keep yourself accountable. What are the common fears you had about being a first-time mom? I love you. I love you too. I just wanted to make sure that I was ready, but I feel like you're never ready and you get ready. So there's a lot of things I didn't know and I learned, and I think that was just my fear of not being enough for her. But I think that I've been doing a good job, and I feel like we're our biggest critics. But yeah, I think my fear was just not knowing how to be a mom, but I feel like you learn along the way. I'm currently unemployed. I work for a makeup store, not trying to be obvious, but I think I know which one it is. Do makeup on the side, and I'm trying to pursue it full-time, but I also need money, but I also want to go to school. I'm a firm believer in get your education, go to school, just because I feel like for me, if social media were ever to go away, like I have my degree to fall back on. But I'm also a firm believer in follow your dreams and your heart. And if you feel like makeup is something that you truly love and enjoy, and definitely keep pursuing it and freelance, you know, get yourself out there, market yourself out there. Right now, social media is such a powerful thing. And just bet on yourself is the best thing that I could say. I got a lot of let's hang out with our babies. I would love to. I think maybe we can do like a walk, like a baby walk. How do you like motherhood and still manage a life of being with friends? So honestly, I just feel like I was so blessed to have friends that literally take Anissa and I everywhere we go as a package. So they like being around her, and I think that's what makes it easier for me, that they love being around her as well. Alrighty guys, that's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really tried to narrow it down to the questions that were asked the most. and a lot of the similar questions and everything. If I miss some, it either means because I'm gonna make a separate video about it. There's a lot about meals, a lot about workouts and all that stuff, which I want to do a separate video for that because there's a ton of them. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao, adios, besos, lost it.